impossible planet, astronomers find a world with an atmosphere that should not exist. It doesn't have a solid surface, and it's much hotter even than Mercury in our solar system. This is on Study Finds. And as Earth telescopes scan the stars of planets that may support life, they also find plenty of things that leave astronomers scratching their heads. Researchers say a planet they call a hot Neptune, quote unquote, falls right into this head-scratching category. Not only does scalding hot world travel around its sun in less than 1 day, it has an atmosphere that should not exist. Thank you for your support. Please consider supporting my Patreon account since YouTube has again demonetized my channel. I upload at least 5 videos on my Patreon account every day, and they are not the same videos that I have on my YouTube channel. I'll leave below the details in the description box. Thank you for finding the content of my channel so interesting and for your support. University of Kansas astronomer Ian Crossfield says new data from NASA's TESS and Spitzer space telescopes is providing the first look at an exoplanet's atmosphere that satellites captured. The planet is LTT 9779b. It sits about 260 light years from our Earth and is so close to its home star it doesn't have ground for a probe to land on. Quote, this planet does not have a solid surface and is much hotter even than Mercury in our solar system. Not only would lead melt in the atmosphere of this planet, but so would platinum, chromium, and even stainless steel, unquote. Crossfield explains in a media release. He said a year on this planet is less than 24 hours. That's how quickly it's whipping around its star, and it's pretty extreme system. But this hot Neptune's wild ride around its sun is not the only thing shocking scientists. Unlike most planets which lose their water and atmosphere in a closed orbit, the study on this planet, LTT 9779b, reveals a cloud layer has somehow survived there. For the first time, we measured the light coming from this planet that should not exist. Assistant professor of physics and astronomy says this planet is so intensely irradiated by its star that its temperature is over 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit and its atmosphere could have evaporated entirely. Yet our Spitzer observations show us its atmosphere via the infrared light the planet emits, he said. Study authors add NASA's telescope measured infrared light coming from the planet as it rotates 360 degrees on its axis. Measuring this light reveals a world's temperature where the hotter and cooler parts are. In Earth's case, the planet is hottest a few hours after noon. On LTT 9779b, scientists find it's hottest right at noon when the planet's sun is right overhead. The planet is much cooler than we expected, which suggests that it reflects away much of the incident starlight that hits it, presumably due to day-side clouds, the co-author Nicholas Cohen from Montreal's McGill University said. The planet also does not transport much heat to its night side, but we think we understand that. The starlight that is absorbed is likely absorbed high in the atmosphere, from whence the energy is quickly radiating back into space. They call it a hot Neptune. Our Neptune is about 4 times as wide as our Earth. NASA calls it an ice giant that's dark, cold, and whipped by supersonic winds at about 2.8 billion miles away from the sun. Hot Neptunes, however, sit in the region around their suns that's typically devoid of planets with atmospheres, and most exoplanets which are that close to their star are either gigantic gas worlds like hot Jupiters, or rocky planets with no atmosphere left. Crossfield says that finding LTT 9779b is an interstellar rarity. He says we think this is because hot Neptunes are not massive enough to avoid substantial atmospheric evaporation and mass loss. This is on Study Finds. It was published on Astrophysical Journal Letters, and it's on WND.